Good morning. Happy Wednesday, is it? Yes, Wednesday. So, for the past several weeks, I'll say a few months even, I've been seeing 555. And 5 is a number for grace. And it is known that 555 um, to mean great grace. And so, there are many instances in the Bible where God has extended great grace out of his mercy to his people. And so this morning I was led to the story of Joseph, where Joseph's brothers had sold him into slavery. They had sold him because they didn't. He was loved by his father. He was favored by his father, and they didn't like that so much. And they were going to kill him at first, but they decided to sell him instead. And they created this lie that he died, so his father thought he died. We know the story. And so Genesis 45 is when Joseph revealed himself to his brothers, that um and it speaks of the grace of God and how God used what they did to him to actually prepare not only Joseph but for many of their people to for what's coming, what was about to hit the land, because famine was about to hit the land. So at this point, in this verse, the famine had already started, and they were going after um, Pharaoh. They was asking Pharaoh to give them more provision because they were running out. Anyway, I'll just read it. 45:4, I'll start there. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "Come close to me." When they had done so, he said, "I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt. And now do not be distressed, or do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save life that God sent me ahead of you. For 2 years now there has been famine in the land, and for the next 5 years there will be no plowing or reaping. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve you, a remnant on earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then it was not you who sent me here, but God. He made me father to Pharaoh, lord of his entire household, and ruler of all Egypt. Now hurry back to my father and say to him, 'This is what your son Joseph says. God has made me lord of all Egypt. Come down to me and don't delay. You shall live with me in the region of Goshen and be near me, you, your children, your grandchildren, your flocks and herds, and all you have. I will provide for you there, because 5 years of famine are still to come. Otherwise, you and your household and all who belong to you will be desolate.'" So I believe we are in a season where God is calling for his people. He has sent those around you, ahead of you, to prepare you for what's about to hit the land. We've been talking about it really all year, for years now. But God has sent people in your life ahead of you to prepare you for what is coming. There is something that is about to hit the earth, because God is a God of correction. And even in this season of judgment, God is still extending his great grace to those. He is telling his people to humble themselves and repent, turn back to him, so that he can preserve not only you, but your children and your future generations and everything that is connected to you. Because if you get caught in the middle of the famine, or was it, I'm not saying famine is coming, but if you get caught in the middle unprepared, you could very well not do so well. I'll say that. God is extending great grace. Take heed to whomever that you have around you that is that hear from God, whether that be your pastor, or if God placed you were blessed enough for God to place someone else in your life to help you on your walk, take every word that they give you back to God, so that God can, because God, in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, God will confirm his word, and he will tell you um, what you should do. God will give you instructions for what you should do. And what you hear from someone else should confirm what God has already told you. So take this season of great grace that God is extending and prepare for what is coming, because it's definitely coming. We are getting ready to enter the year of 5785 in the first week of October. That is a new year on the calendar, not the Gregorian calendar, but the Hebrew calendar. So prepare for the new year, prepare for what's coming. Have a good day.